Today, I am the author of Sinnerman, a Regina Grant mystery. Yes, this is the proof copy, and I am so excited to be with you and talking about this one right here. I'm going to add, Liz is here. I'm going to add her to it. Liz, I met you a little over a year ago. No, about a year and a half now, when we started meeting up together in Clubhouse to write in the morning in this group called Morning Muse. And that was just the time when I had just decided it was time to write Awakening, and it was time to get it out there. I've been carrying it around for 20 years. And so we've been friends ever since then, and you have a podcast. You're fabulous. I wanted you to interview me about Sinnerman so that I didn't have to be here talking about myself to myself the whole time. So ask away.
Love it, and I am so excited and so proud. Of course, I have bought my copy. I've told my mama to buy hers. I am so proud of you and so excited.
Thank you. I'm excited too. What can I say? What can we let the people know about? What do you want to ask me? Can you hear me, Liz?
Good. There's a little delay for me, so if I pause, that's why.
Oh, okay.
All right. So my first question is, right? So I was thinking about this because I love your character, Regina. And so I want to know what inspired you to tell her story?
So Regina is a young adult Black female pastor of an old medium-sized church. I don't know where I get these ideas from because I'm a Black female minister, but I'm not exactly young anymore, and I don't pastor a traditional church. I have an online ministry, but it just seemed to me a great way to make Agatha Christie, or more accurately, Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote, come back to life in a cool way that would be relevant to me and be interesting to me. A surprise that I found out when I started writing her was that a lot more theology than I thought was going to go in is actually just naturally finding its way in. And I love that because it's not just an expression of my writing talent, but it's also an expression of my ministry and my calling. And I get to kind of marry all of that up together. And it's wonderful. And hi, Alex. Hi, Mary. Hi, Yvette. I'm going to get the link and put it right into the chat. How exciting.
Yeah, I love how you talk about bringing in the theology, and because she feels so real. And as a black Christian woman, I so identified with this character, and it was nice to hear a story from that perspective that was authentic and that was real. And I think you did such justice of weaving in the theology, her womanhood, her Afrocentricness. Like, she just felt like a woman you wanted to be. And not in the way that I think when we write about characters like her, we make them so not flawed, right? She has all her Black girl magic. But she has these flaws that make her humanizing, and I love that. And so, I know there's, a series going on here. So what do you kind of have in terms of your mind, character growth? Like, do you know where you want this character to end? What does that process look like as the author and writer?
I'm so glad you asked. And for everyone who is asking, I put a link in the chat to the Amazon link and also a link that has everywhere you can get it. Apple Books, Kobo, whatever your reading is. We got you taken care of. But where do I see her going? I see her getting into a lot of trouble, actually. I see her sticking her foot in her mouth. I see her newsflash for the second novella, which is coming out in January. They're going to try and kick her out of her church, and she's going to solve a lot of murders, and she's going to get her heart broken sometimes. And we're going to see, because some cozy mysteries with amateur sleuths are really casual and fun and light. We're going to have that, but there's going to be some depth too. We're going to see some tender or serious moments, and I can't wait to uncover them with Regina.
So you mentioned like her love life, and so I also have a question because of course I'm a super fan and I read Awakening. And so if you don't know about Awakening, go over to Amazon and purchase that now. So does she get the kind of relationship and just dynamic partnership that Rains and Sheila have? Like, do you have, like, can you give us any teasers, right? Does she ever get to the hots that they have in Awakening?
I wasn't ready for the last part. Just so my Baptist friends who are watching this know, they're married in Awakening, and the marriage bed is undefiled. But anyway, so, well, for right now, Regina's got a string of heartbreaks that she has to get through before she can find her happily ever after. And I don't know how long the heartbreak phase is going to last. So we shall see.
All right. I guess I'll let you off with a little bit of heartbreak because, again, we got the other novel where, we got a little bit of a happy ending. But, kind of how was that process of writing? This is your first mystery, correct? What made you say, like, I'm doing cozy mysteries? Like, what was the draw for you?
Listen, I have no idea how I got into this, but I remember saying one day, all those good murder, because I don't know how people do mysteries. I wrote one, but like, I don't know how people think of all these things and red herrings and complications. So I just said, I'm going to go back to what I love, Murder, She Wrote, and take some of those mechanics and overlay my story onto it. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. When I wrote this, it just consumed me, and I would just, and what I love about writing a novella, see, then I can put out a lot more. So Awakenings, well, technically Awakening took 20 years, but that's not exactly all me working the whole time. That's me just carrying it around from place to place. This, I wrote the first draft in a week, and I'm already well into the second story of the Regina Grant mystery, Charming Disguises. So stay tuned for that.
I love it. And I love how you talk about you went back to what you knew. And it really does seem like you infused you into this. And it really is this unique take on cozy and bringing in the spiritual. And it is fantastic. And I know you have a whole show that you want to get to, so I'm sure my time is almost up. So my last question for you is, what would you like the readers, the viewers to know? What is the thing that you want them to be left with? Whether like they're putting, they close that last page. What do you want to leave us with?
That Regina's very real, and she has something to say. and I don't even know all of what she has to say. So we are truly going to find out together. And I hope they keep reading the series, because we're continuing on. We'll see what she can get into. Next she goes to New York. But, we gotta explore Sinnerman first. And it's fun, as a preacher, and I have this online ministry and I work doing fundraising. The Regina Grant mysteries are just fun. I laugh with her. I cry with her a little bit, but mostly I laugh and I go, oh no, you didn't. So I enjoy that, and having that in the environment of faith where it makes sense to me personally. So
they absolutely are fun. Like, it is, a way to, like, listen, if you have never read a mystery before, I encourage you to start here. And it's definitely a nice read, an easy read where it's easy to follow, it's entertaining. So you won't want to miss this ride. And so thank you for letting me be on your journey, Ngozi, and I wish you all the best. And I know there's a little lag, so I'm going to hit the hang up button, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, thank you so much, Liz, for interviewing me. I feel famous.